Thank you for choosing to watch the Watchman News Headlines video. Our full episodes can now be seen over at Patreon with much more added content for just $2 a month. Link is in the description. If you cannot afford $2 a month, please consider using our Amazon affiliate link, purchasing from our Teespring store, or making a PayPal donation. All links are below. In order for us to grow, we have to make changes to enable it. Our time is valuable, and we have been one of the very few news sources actually dedicated to bringing you honest, hard-hitting, actionable news and information. Plus, for your $2 a month, you do not have to hear me blabber about these links. It's a win for us all.
Bullshit.
Thank you. Good evening, Watchmen and Watchwomen of YouTube. So we just kind of had a general discussion over there on Patreon tonight. Didn't have any real subject of choice. I talked a little bit about the stimulus check situation. Some people are reportedly already gotten their checks and are spending away. Others are showing a pending balance in their account. Some of which are upset, thinking their bank is withholding their funds from being actually released to them, which is not the case. But if you're one of those people that are waiting, hang in there. It's coming. I would expect that many people are going to see theirs tomorrow. I can't promise that or anything, but I do heavily suspect many people will see it tomorrow. So just spend it wisely. That's the only advice I can give. Spend it wisely. If you can help yourself in the direction of prepping, it's probably a good idea. So anyway, let me go ahead and get into the headlines. We've got plenty because we'll be doing from Friday all the way up till this evening. Let's see. Starting out with Friday, Republicans demand Bezos hand over documents after alleging discrimination against conservatives. Tucker strikes back. Fox host accuses Pentagon of declaring war on his show after DoD attacks his comments on pregnant soldiers. UK advises British nationals to leave Myanmar due to post-coup unrest. Translator of Biden's inauguration poem says he was kicked off project because he's not black and female. Australia's defense minister apologizes, now has to pay up for calling alleged rape victim a lying cow. Russian focus on de-dollarization means international trade increasingly conducted in national currencies, top MP Volodin says. I think that's Volodin. OPEC sees strong oil demand in the second half of 2021. While Moscow remains way ahead of most other cities, inequality between capital and Russian regions slowly shrinking. Return to normalcy. Vandalizing protesters target Portland courthouse days after its protective fence was removed. The AstraZeneca COVID-19 jab is extraordinarily favorable, French vaccine czar says, dismissing fatal side effect link. China labels U.S. unreliable and uncredible as Biden reportedly tightens restrictions on supplying Huawei. That's still on Friday. Russia could be winner of World War III nightmare scenario by capturing Northern Europe and blocking NATO counterattack, says Swedish experts. China denies plans to fine Alibaba nearly $1 billion in anti-monopoly case. Pardon me, my neck bothering me. Russian defense industry giant Rostec bans employees from Facebook-owned WhatsApp and Microsoft Skype over state security concerns. Number of twins being born globally is higher than ever, researchers say. People's got some super potent sperm out there. President, you gotta watch where you spray that thing. President Zelensky must ban main opposition party. Western Ukrainian politicians insist branding political bloc, says an internal enemy. U.S. hoarding millions of doses of unapproved AstraZeneca vaccine as EU and others suffer shortages, says reports. Former U.S. Olympian and coach John Zimmerman suspended for allegedly covering up intimate photo scandal involving a minor. Manchester University mocked for replacing mother and father with guardian in woke inclusive language guide. Still on Friday. Moscow promises retaliation if U.S. places previously banned intermediate-range missiles in Japan within range of Russia's border. Welsh First Minister warns English not to holiday in Wales over Easter as Cardiff relaxes COVID-19 restrictions before London. A California driver caught using fake license with photo of Philippines president. Hey, why not? But did he die? French teen with knife arrested after saying he wanted to kill teacher, says the media. No reason to stop using AstraZeneca COVID jab, WHO says, as several European countries suspend rollout over blood clots. Kremlin bashes Western media reporting on Russia and says U.S.-UK pseudo specialists have no idea what's going on inside the country. OPCW chief must find the courage to address Duma cover-up allegations, says group including 5 senior ex-officials of Watchdog. England's COVID-19 infections continue to fall, hitting lowest rates since September as country prepares to leave lockdown. A body found in Kent is that of Sarah Everard, says UK police. Still on Friday. Biggest fall since 1997, UK trade with EU dives in first month of new Brexit ties. Friends in the East, Moscow and Beijing grow ever closer while respect for U.S. is declining across the world, Russians tell a pollster. TV presenter Davina McCall accused of victim blaming for criticizing fear-mongering, man-hating amid Sarah Everard murder. Plenty of needle. Let's see, Russian Premier League leaders Zenit invite fans to get jabbed with COVID-19 vaccine Sputnik 5 at home matches. EU drug regulator to add severe allergy warnings for anaphylaxis to AstraZeneca COVID vaccine after 41 cases in the UK. Hey, give me credit because I had to catch myself there on how to say that, but I actually remembered. Turkey and Egypt make diplomatic contact for the first time in since 2013. Apparently, I don't know how to say since anymore. Serbia is set to begin producing Russian Sputnik 5 and Chinese Sinopharm COVID-19 vaccines for export across Europe within coming weeks. Austrian Chancellor suspects secret contracts being signed at Vaccine Bazaar behind unequal jab distribution in the EU. Still on Friday, and I need to drink a tea and a vape. Because, hey, it's my Monday. Telling Patreon I'm vaping a new flavor tonight. Banana cream, and it's the same banana like if you eat a banana Laffy Taffy. Yeah, that's the flavor, banana Laffy Taffy. And it's mixed with ripe strawberry and a touch of vanilla swirl, which is like vanilla ice cream. Just a touch, though. Can't even really taste the vanilla swirl too much. Mainly the banana, and you taste a pretty good strawberry in it. Good stuff. When I make it again, though, I'm going to raise up the ice cream. Maybe throw a little bit of vanilla custard, a little bit of vanilla cupcake in it. Not a lot. Maybe just 1% of each. But I'll up the vanilla swirl probably by a couple of percentage points. I like vanilla. Gunmen abduct 30 students in Nigeria. Police confirm an ongoing spate of kidnappings. Russian communists may be excluded from verifying 2021 election as party reveals it doesn't want to legitimize votes, says reports. Czech police tackle man and put him in a headlock for not wearing mask as toddler cries in viral clip. Still on Friday. Multiple New York congressional members call on Cuomo to resign. Council of Europe reopens case of murdered Belfast lawyer Pat Finucane, putting pressure on UK over its role in killing. Critics rage at Guardian as transgender comedian Eddie Izzard's boob envy interview runs next to story on UK's murdered woman. IOC says it received a kind offer from Chinese Olympic Committee to provide future Olympic Games participants with COVID vaccine. Villagers in Russia's freezing far north spot burning UFO flying across sky, but experts say it's probably space debris. Or space force. Let's see. Professor fired for claiming black students underperform in class. Iran state shipping firm reports a terrorist attack on Europe-bound cargo vessel as explosion rips through the hull and fire breaks out. Again, we're still on Friday. Bolivian court issues arrest warrants for former interim president Jeannie Áñez and ministers who seized power after 2019 coup. New York's Cuomo refuses to resign and questions motivation of accusers and says politicians turning on him is bowing to cancel culture. Talk about a pot calling the kettle black. Man faces 110 years in prison for trying to solicit child porn on motherhood blogs. Let's see. The FAA says anyone returning to the U.S. must show negative COVID-19 test. I can't remember the whole headline. Or proof of recovery. Minneapolis to pay $27 million to settle Floyd family lawsuit. South Africa mourns visionary Zulu king Goodwill Zwelithini, if I said that right, dead at 72. Italy's Rome and Milan to be declared COVID red zones as whole country heads for Easter lockdown amid rising infections. Let's see. It sends a clear message that our daughters' rights are worth fighting for. New rules on transgender athletes passed in the U.S. state. Or in a U.S. state. That would be Mississippi. National Guard Association denounces extension of soldiers in D.C. inappropriate at best and illegal at worst. So yeah, a little bit of discontent over that. U.S. approves $177 billion sale of advanced Boeing spy jets to Germany amid increased NATO activity at the Russian border. Let's see. Boris Johnson says UK legally obtained Elgin marbles will not return them to Greece. Let's see. Am I making you uncomfortable? Cuomo faces 7th sexual harassment accuser as Senator Schumer joins call for his resignation. Met Constable Wayne Couzens, formally charged with kidnapping and murder of Sarah Everett. Still on Saturday. Ex-ambassador appointed to lead Havana Syndrome Task Force as CIA expands inquiry into mysterious brain injuries. Scammer charged with money laundering and wire fraud after bilking $450,000 from donors for fake Black Lives Matter charity, the Department of Justice says. Let's see. South Dakota's request for July 4th fireworks on Mount Rushmore denied over health and environmental concerns. No mask required. Defiance, it's a town in Missouri. Defiance hosts inaugural St. Patrick's Day parade celebration. Now we're to Saturday's news. It could have been prevented. Relatives of New York nursing home victims tell RT they hold Cuomo responsible for their deaths. Bolivia's former interim president, Jeannie Áñez, arrested over 2019 coup. U.S. declares Huawei threat to national security, pouring cold water on Beijing's hopes for reset with Washington. Russian agricultural exports soar nearly 30% as China and Turkey ramp up purchases. Key Oath Keeper granted pretrial release as prosecutors find no evidence of wide-ranging conspiracy to storm the Capitol. U.S. judge temporarily removes China's Xiaomi from, I think it's Xiaomi actually, from Trump-era blacklist. People hungry to be free again. Personal travel will return from the second half of 2021. Or in this, from second half is what it says. Anyway, says the IATA. UK engages in perverse nationalism for seeking trade deal with US without the EU, Ireland Foreign Affairs Minister says. 4 killed and 2 survive after an Antonov AN-26 military transport aircraft crashes in Kazakhstan. Bitcoin hits $60,000 record high as cryptocurrencies rally continues. Still on Saturday. Danish anti-lockdown activist gets double jail time for inciting violence after telling crowd to smash city in non-violent way. UK warns China is in state of non-compliance after Hong Kong Patriot electoral reform. Big Energy emerges as winner from Texas winter storm. That's not much of a surprise. Pakistani students expelled from university after hugging on camera. Vaccines do help to stop coronavirus transmission, a recent study suggests. AstraZeneca warns of new shortfall in deliveries to EU as 5 nations seek summit on unfair vaccine distribution. Police disrupt Moscow summit, a banned pro-Western group linked to ex-oligarch making around 200 arrests. Largest investigation in American history, 100-plus people to be charged in storming of U.S. Capitol, court filings say. Wrong on every level. Charlie Hebdo condemned for disgusting cartoons making fun of the royals, Meghan Markle, and George Floyd. Mass protests across Germany mark 1 year of anti-coronavirus restrictions. Even as his own network hemorrhages viewers post-Trump, CNN's Stelter questions Newsmax's future after ratings bonanza ends. Moscow joins 5G club as ultra-fast next-gen internet arrives at Russian capital, most iconic spots. Still on Saturday. Israel most likely responsible for blast on Iranian container ship in Mediterranean, says the media. Activists warned by group of attackers after protesting against use of puberty-blocking drugs on children. That happened up in Montreal. Police round up woman mourning London kidnapping murder victim in crackdown on vigil held despite COVID ban. Move-in groups loot stores. BLM protest over black woman's arrest descends into violence in Belgium. Now we're to last night. Biden administration directs FEMA to help shelter child migrants amid claims it denied lawyers access to cramped border facility. Get right before you get left, boomer. Marines backtrack after jumping into Fox host Tucker Carlson's row with the Pentagon. Okay, now starting from stuff I put out this morning, proposed bill would grant Illinois lawmakers with arresting powers. Yes, that is the lawmakers. They would be granting arresting powers. North Korea snubs Biden administration repeated attempts to get in touch, says the media. Black-clad anti-lockdown demonstrators march through Copenhagen after activist receives a 2-year jail term. Merkel's scandal-hit party limps towards likely defeats in key state elections months before Germans select next chancellor. EU countries lose almost 6 million jobs due to COVID-19 pandemic, a study finds. Portland police confiscate guns, hammers, and other weapons after corralling 100 protesters during violent demonstration. 1/3 of all countries worldwide completely closed to international tourism, says the UN. Mistakes were made during EU's COVID-19 vaccination program, Commission VP admits. Let's see. In New York City, die-in in New York City and vandalism in LA as protesters mark 1-year anniversary of Breonna Taylor's death. A vehicle carrying Argentina's president attacked by angry protesters. Riot police fire tear gas at protesters as Lebanon's currency falls to new record low. Calls for Met Police Commissioner to step down as Home Office demands explanation for crackdown on Sarah Everard vigil. Elon Musk's plans for life on Mars, a dangerous delusion, British chief astronomer says. Ireland becomes latest nation to halt rollout of AstraZeneca vaccine following new reports of blood clotting. Islamists in Germany fraudulently received 1 million euros in COVID-19 aid, some funds used to direct terrorism financing, says the media. Spain's National Library hid theft of Galileo's Securus Nuncius for 4 years, says the media. Video evidence of massacre by UK Special Forces in Afghanistan mysteriously vanishes, says a report. Roscosmos names Russian cosmonaut expected to fly to ISS aboard SpaceX Crew Dragon ship. U.S. could reach certain post-COVID degree of normality by midsummer, no exact date for events like indoor weddings. Police dogs and water cannons, anti-lockdown protest meets heavy police response in The Hague. Woman arrested for creating naked deepfake videos of daughter's cheerleading rivals. Absolutely ridiculous. That happened in Pennsylvania. Pelosi says Cuomo should look inside his heart when asked whether he should resign over scandals. Angela Merkel's party takes a hammering in German state elections, says exit polls. Researchers finally unravel mystery behind Mars' vast reappearing cloud. CNN brands Fox News host the new Donald Trump as ratings slip with Biden in office. London mayor savaged for plan to cut numbers of white men in science and engineering. Met Police Chief refuses to resign as protesters amass outside Scotland Yard over crackdown on Sarah Everard mourners. Nancy Pelosi blames Trump for escalating crisis at America's southern border under Biden. However that works. China demands end to violence and looting of its factories in Myanmar as 39 reported killed in anti-coup protest. Experts warn murder hornets, they're back, could resurface in the U.S. in the spring. We need Space Force to take out the murder hornets. Senator Ted Cruz demands meeting with the Marines commander over political attacks to intimidate Tucker Carlson and other civilians. Netherlands becomes latest country to suspend use of AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine on concern over possible serious side effects. And let's see. 100 plus arrested after rowdy spring breaker crowds flood the beaches, prompting worries over COVID-19 spread. And that's it. That is the headlines. I am going to get out of here. So I hope everybody has a good evening. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. And as always, God bless you. We love you and be one with your spirit. Shalom.